A key partner in tackling the issues of street prostitution and its attendant drug problem has been Street Reach, who make initial contact through an outreach programme. So how long have you been out tonight?
I've just come out. I've just walked out.
We saw you on Tuesday, didn't we?
Yeah.
How often do you go into Street Reach?
I haven't been coming in as much. I used to be in all the time, but about once a week, twice a week.
Yeah, we need to get you back into treatment, don't we?
Yeah, I am coming in Friday for that.
It's getting a bit cold to be out here, isn't it, girl?
Yeah.
Has it been busy?
Not really, it's quiet near Christmas.
I've seen a couple of girls up there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Many men about now?
I don't know, I've just walked out. Yeah.
What can I get you then? What do you want?
Mixed,
Yeah, let's have a look then.
So what can Street Reach offer you then?
They're brilliant, they are brilliant. Treatment, there's somewhere to go in for a coffee, wash your clothes, get a shower if you need to, do you know what I mean?
We've had you in treatment before, haven't we?
Yeah.
You dropped off the world for a while, haven't you? We need to hook you back in again.
I think a lot of people take quite a few times, don't they?
Yeah, it does. I've tried loads of times.
Are you going to try again?
Yeah, definitely.
We use the outreach to get hold of them in the first place, to make the contact and engage them, encourage them into the Street Reach, get a bit of trust going, get a bit of sort of get to know them, they get to know us. And then, 99.9% of the girls out here, if not all of them, are using heroin. So we have our own drug treatment programme, so that's a really good hook to get them in, get them into some sort of treatment. Part of the treatment obviously is offering alternatives to heroin. So you got your methadone treatment programmes, which is sort of fairly well known now, but all the stuff that goes around the edges as well. So diversionary activities for the girls that are living on the street, shower facilities, washing facilities, and saying, hey, come on, you can do it. You know, there are choices now. You don't have to be out on the streets, putting yourself at great risk, really, and causing a nuisance to everybody, to be honest.
How many girls do you reckon you've got going through treatment at the moment?
I think we have exactly 27 at the moment. We usually have anything between 25 and 30. And they're actually in a structured sort of daycare type treatment programme. Yeah. And a lot of those will access, we will use New Deal for Communities grants and bursaries to help them move on as well. That's been fantastic for us. So when we get girls into college, which we've got a couple of girls at college at the moment, we use their bursary scheme it's called a move on bursary. And we've had things like equipment for college, bus passes, because if you know you're moving around, childcare, fantastic, been really good.
But despite the nationally recognised work undertaken by Street Reach, working on the streets remains a dangerous profession. The blood-stained body of a 28-year-old woman was discovered in this underpass Christmas 2008. She'd been badly beaten and died from severe head injuries, and it later emerged that she'd been working here in the town's red light district as a prostitute, close to the NDC offices. In order to help women leave prostitution for good, they are often referred to New Beginnings, an NDC-funded drug rehabilitation project that has proven success in treating heroin addiction.
We rely on a lot of external agencies basically to feed our programme. We're not a frontline service, we're not a direct access service, so we're fed from a lot of other agencies that are doing fantastic work in Doncaster, such as the Garage, Street Reach, probation services, that kind of frontline service. So you've got basically people that are using, predominantly in Doncaster, heroin. Around about 90% of all referrals that come into drug treatment services, the main drug of choice, for want of a better word, is heroin. Often there's other issues like crack cocaine, alcohol, cannabis, but they tend to be secondary drugs. So what you've got really is people reach a point of where they're sick of being sick. They've had enough of that misery, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, and a penny drops somewhere and thinks, I've had enough of this.
Can you do it louder?
Louder, you don't do it louder.
Oh, she can as well.
I'm joking. You're a resident here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, how important is it for you to have accommodation that you can stay here full time?
It's really good actually, because the area I live in, it's a red light area, a drug area, which is the wrong place for me at the minute, because I've been around that area 16 years.
So to take you out of that environment is one of the first things that you need to do, is that right?
Yeah, it was hard to do that first, you know, but I did it.
No, I know you're very proud of this, but just tell me again, how long have you been clean?
3 months altogether. and I'm actually on top of the world about it.
You look it as well.
Really, I feel a lot better.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
You know this time it's for real?
Oh yeah, this time definitely. I've got college courses going on and everything.
What would be happening now if this place didn't exist and if Street Reach didn't exist?
I'd still be messed up. I really would. If that help weren't there, I don't think anybody would have the power to get off it. Because places like this help you, and it's our choice to do it. We're not forced to do it. Like, if we go to court, the judges force us to go to jail to do our battle. You know, to get our drugs, but this isn't forcing us. This is our own choice. This is our choice to get off them.
Another resident at New Beginnings when we visited was Mick Roberts. A long-time former heroin addict, Mick described how his life almost ended one Christmas day.
I've been locked up for driving while disqualified. I got 5.5 months. And while I was there, I was down at Bridge Project every day. That's to help you with housing and dole and that in prison. And I couldn't get nowhere to live. So I left, I think it was 2 weeks before Christmas. I got out, beginning of December I got out with £46 and a letter to social, and that was it. No housing, no notes. I was back out on streets again. And Christmas Day, I woke up at back of Mecca Bingo Hall in Doncaster. I've been sleeping there rough since getting out of prison. It was absolutely freezing. I just couldn't take it anymore. I went to a quiet place where I cooked a dig up, I put all my gear in it to like kill myself, to overdose on purpose where nobody would find me. And I just happened to be so lucky that day because a woman found me Christmas Day.
What a good Christmas present.
It wasn't at time. I was pretty pissed off, to be honest, at time, because I just wanted my life to end because I couldn't find a way out. I tried everywhere and I couldn't find it, and that was my life. It was like Groundhog Day, day in, day out, same thing every day, you know, and I couldn't do it anymore. And that was the only way I knew to get out, you know. But sitting here now, I'm absolutely, yeah. I could get a big hug if I knew she was.
For a lot of people, they've reached that point of being sick, and they've reached a desperation in their lives, which is very similar to like a Groundhog Day experience. So they present, they're looking for an answer to it. So you've got services that are doing a fantastic job about delivering pharmaceutical interventions and some brief intervention work. But on that, then we step in to sort of rebuild people's lives. So we're a bolt-on, we're an addition, an 18-week programme, which is kind of enhances people around social skills, life skills, therapeutic skills, getting people to sort of deal with the feelings and that kind of things. Because, I mean, one thing about recovery is, the good thing about recovery is you get your feelings back, the bad thing is you get your feelings back. And it's learning to deal with it, those feelings. And often people use on them. So it's about getting people to talk in a communicative way. So we do a lot of group work here. We offer a lot of opportunities for people to gain training in all sorts of aspects, from IT to cooking, music technology. We've got creative writing, allotment programs. So it's an enhancement. We've roughly got about 27 different interventions happening every week. So to find anyone to be bored while they're here, and it certainly creates opportunity. And I mean, some people call it recovery. I sometimes prefer to call it discovery. And it's discovering themselves really and rebuilding their lives.
For Mick, rebuilding his life meant turning his back on drugs and the crime which funded the habit. Like most addicts, he was a prolific criminal.
Depending on what mood I were in, fruit day and that, it could be from shoplifting to ripping somebody off or burgling. My house burglaries tended to be at night time when people were in bed and that. I'd go creep round backs and that, check it all out, see if it were right to get in. I'd crowbar the window open and I'd be in. I'd even go upstairs while they were in bed, you know, going through the pockets and that, pinching the jewellery off its side and that. So I just used to be in and out as quick as out. Look for purse, handbags, for purses, any checkbooks, check guarantee cards and that, and gold. That's all I used to go in houses for. No else entered my head. All I was bothered about was getting in that house, pinching whatever I can, money, gold, jewellery, whatever, you know, and getting out as fast as I can and doing next one, and next one after that. There'd be some nights where I'd do like 4 or 5 houses in one night.
All for the drugs.
All for money for drugs. I can imagine how many people I've upset from breaking into their houses and leaving them a mess. That's got to be like, it's horrific that, you know.
For Mick to be sitting in his flat watching TV instead of out stealing one is the kind of individual story that's behind the drop in crime figures.
I've definitely seen a difference in crime, and I've also seen people realise there's a different opportunity to being a criminal, and I think that's the key really, is that sometimes people can be very easily stereotyped as that's all they're fit for, and I believe that services that are available in Doncaster are offering people that opportunity to believe that there is something else open to them. There is other career opportunities. They haven't burnt the boats. There is opportunities for them to become, valued citizens really of Doncaster. And that's part of what I believe is core values within New Beginnings.